Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today it's the 1947 Roosevelt Dime from the United States of America. We have all three of the major varieties here. They are the Philadelphia version here, which we have on the left. And the way that you can tell it's the Philadelphia coin on a 1947 is you do have to turn it over, and then you look right here by the torch in the back. If there's no mint mark, that's Philadelphia. Philadelphia, 1947, they made 121 million. They have found three so far at Mint State 68. Those are worth $10,000 each. The next one here is the Denver one. And if we look at the Denver one, we see that there is a D there. At Denver in 1947, they made 46.8 million, and they have five so far that they've found that are an MS68, and those are worth 8,250. And then finally, the last of the major varieties is this San Francisco Mint variety. At the San Francisco Mint, they made 34.8 million. They found one so far at a Mint State 68 Plus, and that's worth $10,000. So between the three of these coins, if you got the best of all three, you'd have a $10,000 San Francisco and an $8,250 Denver and a $10,000 Philadelphia. So just the best of the three of these coins, almost $30,000 worth. Now, when I introduced these, I said these are the three major varieties, essentially the P, or Philly, or no mint mark, the D, and the S. Well, it turns out that there's a lot of minor varieties for the 1947 coins, and let's talk a little bit about them. When you get these coins, the first thing you want to do is turn it over, of course, and that's the Philadelphia one. The next thing you want to do, if you're looking for the Philadelphia coin minor varieties or minor die varieties, when something hasn't been done quite right when the coin is being stamped out. For the 1947 Philadelphia coins, they have two die varieties of a double die obverse. And that means that you have doubling in the letters or the numbers. And on this coin here, I don't know that we'd even be able to see it just because it's so worn out. At the San Francisco Mint in 1947, they had 10 minor varieties, 10 die varieties of this coin that PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, has recognized and will grade for you. There are two double die reverses, so when you turn it over, you would see some doubling in the letters on the back here. Again, this one is so worn, you're probably not going to see it. Two double die reverses, four over mint marks, and that's something that we can see on here and look very strongly at. And what happens is you tip this S up, and there's a bunch of these where they started out with a D underneath, and then they put an S on top. On this one, you can't see it. If you do have one of those, you will be able to see it. So they have four where they did four different ways that they put the S mint mark over the top of another mint mark, and so look for those when you have the 1947. They also have four varieties of the repunched mint mark, and when you see a repunched mint mark, the mint mark will be punched on top of itself, so it would be an S over an S, and I don't think we have that here either. And then finally, at the Denver Mint, we had some varieties also, and we see the D here on the back. At the Denver Mint, we had four double die obverses. And that's where in those, you're going to have them in pretty good condition. And what you do is you magnify them way up, and you'll see some doubling as you go around here. The double die obverse in really good shape is probably only going to be worth about $200 plus dollars. And this isn't in really good shape, so it may not even be worth grading if it's only going to be worth $25 or $30, even if you found one. But I say look at them anyway, because that's kind of the fun part. This is a Roosevelt dime that first came out in 1946. So this is the second year of them. It says Liberty in front of Roosevelt. In God We Trust under his chin. 1947 down here. Then way down here, we see a J and an S, and that's for John Sinek. He was the engraver of the front and the back of these coins. One of the things we do sometimes with these videos is look at what other countries were doing at the same time. And in 1947, in the United Kingdom, they had what they call a half crown. The United Kingdom did not have a dime or 1/10 of a British pound sterling coin. They had crowns and half crowns. The crown was 1/4 of a British pound sterling, and the half crown was 1/8. It's almost like we had a US quarter dollar and we cut it in half and it was worth 12.5 cents. That's what this half crown is worth, 12.5% of the British pound sterling. Unfortunately, that's really complex math because there's 240 pence in a British pound sterling. And when you figure out what 12.5% of a British pound sterling is, it'll turn out that it's a 30 pence. So this was worth about 30 pence. If you had 8 of these, you would have a British pound sterling. This is a 1947 when India was still part of Great Britain. This coin is a copper nickel coin. It only came out in 2 different years because they started it in 1947, and then in 1948 India achieved its independence, and so 1949 they went to a new coin. One of the things that you could do if you're looking for these dimes is try to find a mint set, because in 1947 that was the first year that the United States ever made mint sets. In 1947, when they first came out, they made 5,000 of them. They sold them for $4.87, but now they're worth $1,500. But if you got one of those sets, you're very likely to get a really good condition dime. And if you get a really good condition dime from 1947, as we saw before, you could probably make $8,000 to $10,000 on a really good condition 1947 dime. All right, that's all we have today from DC Coinwell International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you have in the comments section.